In 2026, a solar storm could reset human progress forever. It won't just crash the internet, it will vaporize our satellites. What happens next is something nobody alive has ever seen. We could lose centuries of knowledge. The sun, our life-giver, is also a ticking time bomb. It constantly hurls energy into space. Most times, Earth's magnetic field protects us, but some storms are too powerful. These are called coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. They're giant bubbles of plasma and magnetic field, traveling at millions of miles per hour. If one hits us head-on, everything changes. Think back to 1859, the Carrington Event. It was the most powerful solar storm in recorded history. Telegraph systems around the world failed, operators received electric shocks, but nobody could have predicted what happened next. Auroras, usually only seen at night, became visible in daylight. They were so bright, people could read newspapers by their light. This event was a warning, a powerful one. Today, a Carrington-level event would be catastrophic. Our world runs on fragile technology. The first to go? Our satellites, thousands of them, they would be instantly vaporized. What would that even look like? Next, the power grids. The electromagnetic pulse would overload transformers. Huge sections of the grid would melt down. Experts call it a Faraday cage for the entire grid problem. How do we protect something so massive? This is where the story gets truly terrifying. A solar storm causes cascading failures. One system's collapse triggers another. It's not just a blackout, it's an unraveling. There's no easy way to stop it. Scientists believe the sun has an 11-year cycle of activity. The next peak is predicted for 2025 to 2026. This means an increased risk of powerful solar storms. Are we ready for this specific year? We have early warning systems. Satellites monitor solar activity. We might get 15 to 60 minutes notice, but what can you do in such a short time? Not much, it turns out. Imagine an instant, global blackout, cities plunged into darkness, no traffic lights, no internet, no communication, just silence, and unsettling, total silence. What would be your first thought? Phones would be useless, the internet would vanish, emergency services overwhelmed. How would you contact your family? Your loved ones? The entire world would be cut off. Money would become meaningless, digital bank accounts, gone, ATMs, useless, your entire financial history, erased. What would you use to buy food? Bartering would instantly become the new currency. Transportation would halt, GPS systems gone, traffic control non-existent, supply chains would collapse. We're not even at the worst part yet. Food and medical supplies wouldn't reach cities. Hospitals would become death traps, no power for life support, no digital patient records, no refrigerated medicines, critical operations impossible, a medical crisis unlike any other. Within days, fresh food would run out, water purification systems fail, panic would set in, the struggle for basic survival begins. What would you eat when the stores are empty? Centuries of institutional knowledge, gone, medical research, engineering blueprints, historical records, all digital, all erased. We would lose our collective memory. Societies would fracture, local communities would form, trust would erode. It's a return to a pre-industrial struggle. What scientists found next changed everything. It was a race against time. Here's the part that sounds made up, but it isn't. The sudden loss of digital navigation and information could lead to mass disorientation. Simple tasks become impossible without digital guidance. Human progress would be reset. We'd have to relearn everything, from basic agriculture to simple mechanics. The digital age would be a distant memory. Our future depends on our choices now. So, what can we do? We need to harden our infrastructure, shielding critical transformers with Faraday cages. It's expensive, but essential. The cost of inaction is far greater. Protecting our satellites is crucial. Developing more resilient technologies, or even creating backup dark satellites, these could be deployed only in emergencies. This isn't a national problem, it's global. International cooperation is key, sharing data, developing joint defense strategies. We need a united front against the sun's fury. Individual preparedness also matters, having emergency supplies, an analog radio, and a basic survival plan. These small steps can make a huge difference. Are you prepared for a long blackout? Our digital civilization is incredibly fragile, built on invisible waves and vulnerable hardware. We rely on it for everything, but this reliance is also our greatest weakness. The year 2026 is rapidly approaching. The threat is real, the consequences are dire, but we are not powerless. We have the knowledge to prepare. The question is, will we act in time? Protecting our future requires urgent action today, investing in resilient infrastructure, educating ourselves. Let's not let a solar storm in 2026 plunge humanity back into the dark ages. Let's build a stronger future.